You said she's like the #1 ranked Sherpa on PS4.
Hold on. Let's see. Total Sherpa's leaderboard. Oh, she's not the top PS4 one anymore. She's second on PS4.
Oh, jeez.
But number 11th. Number 11 overall, though.
How the hell do you?
Platforms.
How the hell do you end up being a Sherpa? How do you get into that? I don't understand. I'm assuming she has like a YouTube and a Twitch and all that shit.
I don't think so. I think what it is like there's some code almost where like it knows that you've done it, and then it sees all the other people in there that haven't done it. I don't know. I mean, no fucking clue, dude. Like, but if you look at her profile on here,
Where are you looking at this?
raid report, full clears 385.
Jesus Christ.
Says she's done. If this is Leviathan, it's like 470.
Yeah, you're talking really softly.
Suck my balls. That's what I said. Alright, let's see. Leviathan, she's done 117 times. 111 of those being Sherpas. Average is 2 hours and 18 minutes. She said she's ready. Yeah. Oh shit. She just sent me a party invite. Alright, I'll invite you.
Alright.
They have an emblem for Spire, why wouldn't they have a tracking emblem for Leviathan?
I think it was just more so they didn't think about making it for it yet.
But the ghost, it tracks all three of them. The ghost will track the number. Nope. Nope, it's the number of encounters that you've completed. Because mine is at like 1700? 1900?
Oh yeah, it does, yeah, encounters.
So I don't know. It is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna make a post for one more. What characters do you guys bring in?
Warlock.
Okay. Alrighty. Quite the diversity there. Let's see what I beat this on this week. So I can at least attempt to get something different. Apparently I am bringing a Titan.
Cool.
You guys sound super stoked.
Can't wait to get started.
There we go. This raid is super easy. That's the easiest encounter, man. What is the code for Leviathan on Reddit? Holy lord. I thought it was LEV. Oh, duh. Yeah, solar burn on the corrupted doll. Not a good option.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try that one.
Don't recommend it. I was trying to get my 100,000 with Strider and Mike.
Getting some crazy feedback in there.
Yeah, there's an echo.
Just a touch.
That's moss.
You're the only one not echoing.
Hello, hello.
Because I muted him, so I could
Oh
hear it, so
yeah.
I don't,
Yeah,
you know.
I think
I
you're
feel like
guilty,
in
Moss.
in the Grand Canyon here. Well, shoot. It's the only thing I dislike about Reddit.
How does Raid Report know when you do a Sherpa run?
It takes anybody that has not completed that raid that you complete with, you will get one Sherpa count per person that has not completed.
Gotcha. Okay.
So like when I typically take 5 brand new people, I end up getting 5 Sherpas for that raid.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, sir, it is. Nope, there's a website that tracks that. Hey, the echo's gone!
Ooh.
Yeah, Moss.
For the most part.
Oh, it's back.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Is your sound coming out of your TV? You did something, because now it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it's better now.
Whatever it was.
Don't move for the entire raid.
Get like a giant Mountain Dew bottle, you can't go pee, like nothing.
Mm-mm.
You're staying put. Do you have a wireless controller or a wireless controller? A wireless headset? The plugs on them sometimes go bad and the wires get a little funky from plugging in it all the time and unplugging it. So it could be just a loose wiring in there. Sometimes just even wrapping electrical tape around it, or if you get another wired one, take an old pen and take the pen apart and take the spring from the pen and put it over the tip by the piece that you plug into your headset. It gives the wire a little more stability and it doesn't bend as much. Yeah. I do it with some of my phone chargers and it works pretty well. Well, this sucks. Nobody's responding. Let me see who else I got on. Let me see if Rabid wants to do it with us. He's the one that's got the Scourge run here at 7:15. I don't know that he's gonna want to, but we can ask him.
Where's the shot?
Hey, Trouble. Random question for you. I know we got a Scourge later, but are you up for a Leviathan before? Yes, sir. What's up
That
to you?
old thing?
I mean, don't feel like you have to, but we got a group of 5. And I'm supposed to get through with these guys to come help your guys. So we'd only have 3 people that don't know it, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Sounds good to me.
Yay! There's our team of 6. I'm deleting my post.
I just said yes for him. Oops.
No, sir. Nope. Alright. Yes. No, you're fine, Sanctum. Stalker. No, it might be under... Let me look who's on still. It's gonna probably be under Mike's name or Strider's name now. Okay. Yeah, I set one up earlier in the week. So. Alright. Sounds like a plan. Bye. Thanks. Fucking awkward doll. Holy lord, is that awkward.
So, that was, yeah, why?
Alright, bunnies, you're up. Load us in.
Oh, gotcha. Alright. Did I just load in?
Load in. Yeah, load in.
Alright.
We'll start with the explanation of the encounter. We'll start with what's called Castellum. So we'll just kind of start at the top with mechanics. It might be slightly different than what you guys have possibly seen on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not the one who can watch a video and then be like, oh yeah, I can do this right now.
That's fine. I can't stand people that go and watch videos and they're like, oh, I watched a video, I can do this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
no.
I can watch the Super Bowl, but that doesn't make me an all-star quarterback.
Nope.
I wish, because then I would be rich and possibly famous, but hey, girl could dream. Alright, so just a forewarning that this raid is at 300. It is going to drop you down back to 300 to match the enemies. So you might feel a tiny bit squishy. It's completely normal.
Okay. Alright.
It's not going to be horrible, but just know that, you know, you're back down to level with these guys. They're not going to let you come into a 300 level raid at 750 power and stomp on them.
Frickin' Bungie.
Right? How dare they? Alright, so this raid begins right here on the ship. Now, there's two ways that you can start this raid. One is by going to Castellum, which will take you there to show you so you at least know how to do the encounter. Now, this raid is not going to get you anything great. It's year 1 gear, year 1 exotics. Typically, your stuff is going to drop out of here like 300, 380 possibly. Legendary shards at the very least, right? So when you come in here, if you don't want to have to do Castellum, you don't have to. However, Castellum is always going to occur before each encounter. You only get rewards from doing it once though. So if you want that legendary shard or 2, go to Castellum for the first part when you first land, and then go Underbelly the rest of the way, which is what we're going to do.
Okay.
It just makes life a little bit easier. If you're ever wanting to do Prestige and farm for the Catalyst, you can do Castellum 175 times in 1 week on one character if you wanted to. And each time you do it, you still have a chance of getting that Catalyst to drop. So, kind of an interesting way to farm for the... You could get the Acreus Catalyst or the Skyburner's Oath from doing this raid on Prestige. So.
This vessel will challenge you in ways.
So to start, don't shoot these Cabal up ahead of us. They will grunt at you
Let's
and kind of make
enjoy
weird
ourselves.
noises. But the only time they will attack you is if you start by attacking them first. So we can just run right by them. If you
Well-
shoot them, they attack the entire team.
Once everyone leaves, you can shoot them, but yeah.
So how to play it. Keep pushing forward. If you don't push forward, it sometimes likes to not drop you far enough forward. And then we'll go ahead and run by these guys. Again, you can shoot them, but kind of mean to the rest of the team if you shoot them. So this is leading us right into Castellum. What is the first encounter? Okay, the pools. We're gonna head to one of the empty plates first to give you guys kind of a rundown of what happens in here. So when we enter the room, go straight. We'll go down to axes. So we'll just kind of stop here. If you turn around, see the flag back there with the sun on it? Okay, that's one of our areas. And then if you look all the way to the other corner, there's a flag up at the top of those stairs with a cup.
Yep.
Okay, there's one over here down the stairs, up here with an axe, or a set of axes. And then up over this balcony right here, you're gonna find the dog one. Okay? So you've got 4 basic areas in this encounter. Now each of the areas is gonna go to a special encounter. You always have to go through the plate on the encounter that you're at. So since the first encounter is Bathhouse, Sun Plate leads to Bathhouse, which is why the enemies are at the Sun Plate right now. Now each of the plates has this gold plate at that area, and the purple symbol in the middle tells you what plate you're at. But again, you can just look at the flags and see from a distance kind of where everything's at. Now the goal of this is you find the plate with the enemies on it, which is up where Doll's at right now. Somebody's going to go step on that plate and it sends off a bell. Once that bell goes off, the encounter has begun. Now the gist of the encounter is, see this like misty looking flag right here? Or a key or whatever you want to call it? Each plate that we're trying to defend, so if we're trying to defend axes, we're going to have to get a key from the other 3 plates. Whatever plate you're defending, the opposite 3 plates will have the keys. For the first key, the entire team can go kill that first yellow bar. So once we step on the plate, one of these pieces in the corners of the triangle will get a hologram above it, and that tells you what plate you need to go to. Since there's nothing in the plate to start, that's why all 6 of us go. We'll kill a bunch of Cabal, and then there's going to be a yellow bar that spawns. We will kill him, and then he's going to send off a bell and drop a flag right here at the middle of the symbol on the back side of the plate. One person picks that flag up and runs it back to the plate that we started. Once you get it back to that plate, you run over the corner with the hologram, and it slams that flag into the plate. Now once that flag has been slammed in, 5 people should defend it. This raid is old enough now that you don't need, 2 people doing the flag getters. Because, yeah, it's a yellow bar, you should be able to kill a yellow bar by yourself. So 5 people will stay at the plate and defend it. Now for defending the plate, there's giant yellow bars with mohawks. They can steal that flag back. If they steal the flag back, it doesn't really do anything other than make the person getting the flags have to go get another one to replace the one that they lost. Now, as they're doing the flags, you're going to get something called a counselor to spawn. Now, counselors are just scions in clear Titan bubbles. Each plate has roughly 3 spots that those scions would spawn. Now, when the scions spawn, the mohawks that steal your flags have an overshield when they come in. By punching the scion in the Titan bubble, you take his overshield away so you can kill him. If you miss one of the counselors, the yellow bar with the mohawk will not be able to be damaged, and he's going to walk right up to the plate, steal that flag. Now the goal is to get 3 flags done. When 3 flags are in the plate, we are done. Right behind the plate, there's always a big set of doors like this. You go in the doors, you collect your loot, and you move on to the encounter. That is it for this encounter. It's always the same wherever you're starting, so pretty straightforward. Should take about 3-4 minutes tops. So if we head up this way, looks like a massacre happened over here. That's alright. Gives you a chance. This is what the holograms look like. So to start, that hologram is going to match the plate. So it turned from a sun, now it's a dog. So we all are going to head to the dog plate, which is over this way. Once that plate has been stepped on, the plate that you're defending is going to have enemies spawn on it. So you don't want to be kind of within their reach, because they will not stop spawning. It's a good spot to farm any catalysts that you have that you need kills for, because the enemies never stop spawning here. And here's the yellow bar. So there's your bell, and here's the flag that he dropped. So somebody go ahead and pick that up. Now we run it back to the plate we started at, and you walk over the hologram in the corner. Once that plate is in place, we look at our second. So our second one is cup, which is over to the left if somebody wants to volunteer to go get it.
I'll go.
Cool. Okay. So the rest of us here, we just kind of hang up by the flag and defend it, and we listen for a counselor to be up. Which we'll try and get all of you to see what he looks like before we Alright, here's a counselor right here in the middle. See this big scion floating in the big clear bubble?
Yep.
You punch him, that's it. Those guys are going to appear in a couple of your encounters. The ones in those clear bubbles, you always just punch them. So okay, and then a flag stealer is here, you just kill them. And that's pretty much this encounter.
Alright.
Easy, right?
Easy peasy.
Seems like it.
What would you like to hear? Now sometimes your dog plate, if that's what's first, dogs always seems to be a little bit glitched. There's a counselor up.
Got him.
I got curb stop.
Got him.
It happens. Dog plate can have a bit more enemy spawn than it feels like there should. I don't know if there's a glitch in the game with it. I don't know if they just don't want us to be successful. Like, I don't know what the deal is, but you definitely want to always have 5 people defending the flag at dog. Like,
Try to realize.
oh, like what?
Not in this area.
Counselor's up. Somebody get him?
Yeah, I think he's dead. Someone punched him right in the face.
Okay. Sweet. Apparently you have a good puncher, huh? So that's the sound of our second flag getting killed. Just since we've got the flag from Cup, and we've gotten the flag from Dog, now our last one is going to be from the active plate. Now if you take a peek at this key, you can always tell where the key is from because the symbol for that key is right on the key itself. So like the keys that are in there, if you look at the center of them, one has a dog and one has a cup. Here, just message me, doll. I don't know, I don't want to know. I'm over it already.
Yeah.
Don't want to argue with it. Poorly or baloney. I'll head down. If somebody wants to come help me with like, this last one.
I thought the person who got the last one was gonna do it again.
That's right. You can have the same person do it. I usually like to switch them out just because that person can save a little bit of heavy in case the gauntlets aren't, you know, working for whatever reason. But getting hand gauntlets, if you have them from either a World or Fire Stars, they do work in here. If you guys have done Crown, all of that armor would also work in this raid. So it is something to kind of keep in mind. Breaking my heart. Alright, he's getting ready to slam that third flag in. So once that flag is in, we are done.
So tight.
That's alright. That is always Castellum. Same process every time. Super easy. Like I said, we always just get it before the first encounter so you can get it out of the way and then take Underbelly. Now the Underbelly is massive. Okay, it's huge. Each encounter is going to give you a key to a specific chest through the Underbelly. Some teams get the keys as you go between encounters. Other teams like to wait till the final encounter right before boss fight to go get those keys. Is anybody missing any year 1 stuff?
All of
I
it.
have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will get the Underbelly keys then.
My soul
Not a problem.
just the bars for
Very well said,
creation
Chubbs.
of
Very well said.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure
You know?
they'll welcome
Honesty,
you.
that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
And now we have tokens, so yeah.
Alright, gentlemen. So, if you follow me over here, this encounter is going to be really quick and super straightforward and really easy. It's easier than Castellum. Okay. So the basics of the encounter is, you see me standing up on the box, because if you stand in the water, it
hurts.
kind of hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I figured that out.
Yep. So this little orb thing right here is called Psionic Protection. Once you get that Psionic Protection, it gives you 50 seconds that you can stand in the water without taking damage. However, every second you stand in the water, that 50 starts counting down by 1. So you just lose 1 Psionic Protection for every second you're in the water. Now the goal of this encounter is there's 4 plates in the corners. Now that dog, cup, sun, and axes, those are going to be very common themes throughout the raid. You're going to find them in all but 1 encounter. This encounter has an extra one. We always called this Fat Guys, because we weren't sure what else to call it. But you'll find the other plates, the other 4 plates have the dog, cup, sun, and axes. Now the gist of it is there's 4 corner plates. So this is one, and then you have a top side up here. These 2 plates are partner plates. Okay? Now on the other side of the room, you have a plate on the low side over there, and a plate on the top side over there. Alright? So the basics of what we're gonna do, let's see what... I'll put your garden. Okay. The basics of what happens is 4 people are gonna take one of the corner plates. Okay, it doesn't matter what plate you take, we'll each just pick a plate. Now the remaining 2 people, if you guys follow me to the middle, one person needs to start on this middle plate to get the encounter going. All 5 plates have to be stepped on to start the encounter. So one of those remaining 2 will stay here. Now, the hard, I don't want to say the hard enemies, but really the tough enemies of this encounter, they're not really hard, but they're big and they're icky. They are called bathers, and they're going to come out of the things called pools. So any little triangle piece like this, that's what the bathers come out of. So while you're standing on those plates, you're gonna probably get a couple bathers through this encounter. Now when the bathers come up, they're big, they're yellow bar. Take something like a shotgun to their face. Okay, they've got 2 big axes, and as soon as they jump out, they jump straight up in the air, they land in front of you, and they start swiping at you. Hunters, you're a little bit squishy. No offense. Just be careful. Now the goal of the encounter is we step on the corner plates long enough that these 3 sets of chains in the middle room are going to pull up, and there's purple lanterns on each chain. If you get off the corner plates, the chain on that plate, which by that, if you come back down to the plate, you'll see there's another chain right in front of it with a white gem on it. When we stand on the plates, that gem is coming from the top to the bottom, and we want to get it locked at the bottom like that on all 4 corner plates. If you step off the plate, that gem goes back to the top. It's just going to start pulling the chain back up because you don't have the weight to keep pulling it down. If you got to get off the plate for a second to survive, you know, an ad, because there's going to be like thrall and stuff surrounding you, go for it, but try your best to stay on the plate. Now the 4 corner chains take longer than 50 seconds to lock, which means that we need to start switching people in and out off the plates. Top plates on both sides will get a bather right away when we start. So whoever starts in the middle will help with the side that does not have 2 people at the top plate. The 2 people at the top plate, one of them can grab the protection before we start and just stay up on the box. The person that grabs the protection will help the other person at their plate kill the first bather, and then they tell them to go. Now what I mean by that is if we come up to the top plate, so if Doll and I were taking this plate together, and I had the protection and he jumped on the plate, we killed the bather, I would say, Doll, go. I am now responsible for this plate, so I need to stand on this plate, and I'm killing ads around it and watching for bathers. When I told Doll to go, he needs to come to the middle, because he has to get a new orb to stand in the water. So he'll come to the middle, there's going to be a couple lads in here, kill what you can, don't spend a lot of time in here, but toss a grenade and we'll be good. He'll pick up that orb off the middle plate, and he turns around and he comes back this way, down to the bottom plate. When he gets here, he tells this bottom person, alright, you can go. Now Doll is responsible for standing on this plate. So he stays here, he kills that, and he watches for bathers. When this person leaves, they go right back to the middle. They kill a couple things in the middle with a grenade, or a couple shots. They pick up that orb, and they go back to the person on the top plate. Top plate person comes back to the middle, gets the orb, goes back to bottom. Each side has 3 people doing that rotation. Top, middle, bottom, middle, top. Once all of the chains are locked, you'll see the little, I don't even know what to call, like the pegs. If you look at this chain, you'll see that the gem is kind of stuck between the 2 little pegs. Those pegs will pinch shut on the gem, and you'll hear a bell go off. And once that bell goes off, that's alright, I gotcha. Once the bell goes off, we all go to the middle. Now, thank you for the example here.
Don't fall in there.
When you guys leave your plates, yeah, don't jump over the pools. The other thing you want to do is come through the middle doors in this encounter. There's doors on the outer parts of the room. If you go through these outer walls, you're pulling all of these ads right back into the middle with you. It just leaves that middle room a little harder to keep control of. So you want to be really careful, just come through the middle area. And when the bell goes off and we call everybody to middle, we'll stay off the side of the plate. You know, just stay on the sidewalk like this part. We're gonna kill the first bather as a team. Now once that first bather is down, we want one of our warlocks to go ahead and put a empowering rift down on the middle plate if one of you could. Okay? Once that empowering rift is down, we all 6 can get on this middle plate and we lay into the purple lanterns. Now you have to have psionic protection to be on that plate. If you're not at psionic protection, you were in the process of getting a new buff, stay off of the middle plate and just kill ads around us. Just know that as you stand on that center, you're going to have to kind of watch your own time because we might be at separate times with everybody. Now once all 9 of the purple lanterns are destroyed, we are simply done. Titans. Hammers will take out 1 set of lanterns all in itself. Warlock's Chaos Reach works phenomenal on lanterns. Hunter's Golden Gun would be your best friend in here. Other than that, that's what I've got for you. It's a very quick, easy encounter. It usually gets done in 1 phase. If we don't 1 phase it for whatever reason, we want to make sure that once we get off the middle plate and the crystals are immune, there will be a projection sign up. Now, a projection sign is one that floats in the air. You have to shoot the projections. And once that projection is down, you go back to your starting spot, and we begin again.
Oh, Moss.
Love your controller. You breathed wrong, okay? You breathed wrong. No, I'm kidding. Do you guys have any questions for this encounter?
Not at the moment.
Nope.
Okay. You will always be relieving the same person. So it's really easy to come to middle, get turned around, move your controller. Really easy to come to middle, get turned around, and go to the wrong side.
Yep.
No, we are all echoing.
Yeah. We're in a tunnel.
I should not hear myself when I talk. It's weird. Turn your sensitivity down a little bit. Because if it's coming in that clear... Holy moly. No?
It sounds so odd.
Like we're spelunking.
Maybe it'd be best to mute? I don't know if it would go away with the mute.
I mean...
Silent.
Well...
Didn't stay put like we told you to, Moss.
Maybe?
See.
It's
Hello?
vaguely there, but not as bad. Okay. Alright, so everybody go ahead and go pick a plate. Doesn't really matter where we start.
Pretty sure that microphone's gonna be the hardest boss of the raid.
Right? We're all gonna get owned by it. Alright, I'll start at the top plate with somebody.
I guess I'll be the other middle person then.
There you go. Now, would you like me to step on the plate first, or would you like to step on it first?
You can step on it first.
Oh, well, if you're in the middle, you'd have to. I don't care.
Wait,
Oh, never mind.
don't you have to take the buff first in the middle?
For relieving somebody?
Yeah, don't you have to like have a buff so you can relieve them?
Yeah, you can grab it from the plate and stand up on the box.
Oh, I never even thought of that.
That's why only one person has to stay in the middle. The other can grab their buff now, stay up on the box with as close to 50 as you can, help kill the first bather, and then just tell that person to leave and get on the plate.
Huh. It's a lot smoother of a way than the way I've always done it.
You know my way.
Yeah.
Watch it go down and get the orb like right away when we start though. Where I'm at. Debbie.
If you're starting at a plate, you have an orb right on your plate.
Yeah.
So when he does the countdown for middle, we all that are starting on plates, which is everybody except me, will jump on their plates, the bell will go off, the chains rise, and we start the encounter.
Alright. Gotcha.
Okay?
Alrighty.
So I'm
Alright.
gonna go to you first.
Let's give it a go, guys.
Alright. Everyone on in 3, 2, 1, go.
Top plates, get ready for the bathers. Alright, Moss, go ahead. Go to middle, get that orb, and go to the bottom.
You can go.
I can go.
I go through the middle here. Like right here.
Yep, you need to get the orb, and then go relieve the opposite plate on the same side you came from.
I gotcha. Oh, well. Alright, good. You're good. Oh, sorry. I didn't even notice him.
Yeah, I was just trying to take one first.
Yep.
And you're good.
I just killed a bather, so you should be good for a second. Holy crap, a team that knows how to play middle. That is impressive.
Right, you good?
Alright, Moss, you are good to go. Head back to middle and go back to top. Your chains should just be about locked right now. Those sherms are pretty close to the bottom. Go to middle. Everybody to middle. Stay off the middle plate. We're gonna kill that first Raiders team. So we'll wait for him to pop his ugly head out. He's on the other side, the other side. Alright, empowering rift on the platform, or on the plate. Alright, gentlemen, get on the plate and lay into one. Done.
Alright.
Okay. I was expecting more.
No. This raid is super easy, guys. Super easy. Yep.
So what's next now?
Dogs. Alright, I need one person to come stand here. I need one of you to stand right here. One of you to come stand right here. And I'll take this last one. Now these are just plates that open the underbelly. Like I said, this underbelly is a massive area. For this next encounter, you definitely want not a rocket launcher. Machine gun would work well. Shotguns would work well. Supers, as far as like Titans go, hammers would be good. Warlocks, I would do Chaos Reach. And Hunters, I would do Golden Gun. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Now let me see what key we got. Did we get? Oh, I did. Okay, then that he is gonna be it's on the other side. So I'm gonna
Which
wait
one are we
for
going to,
Aaron
you said?
to catch up. For what?
I think for this encounter, which one is this?
Dogs.
Alright.
Alright, so with this part right here, we gotta jump through this too. Now, as I jump through, see I'm on the flat piece right here, and then I wait for the next one to go flat. Okay, take your time, hunters. You could do every other one, but it's tough on a hunter, so try just every other one. Warlocks can pretty much just glide as Rabbit just showed off.
There's not... I feel stupid.
Space out those jumps, and once that platform that you're on has started to get too high and starts to push you, you jump to the next middle part that you can reach. The other thing that a lot of people do in this one is they jump too high. You don't want high jumps in. You just want kind of baby jumps to push forward. You want that propelling motion of a jump, not the height.
Guardian down.
Right, there's a lot of people that suck in this. Oh, no. I saw that. Alright, jump now.
That's the second time that spot has happened.
Okay, wait. Now jump down. Perfect. You're not as rushed as you think you are, so just take your time. There we go. No, I've never seen you struggle on a jump puzzle. This is kind of funny.
Wait, me struggle on a jump puzzle? The whole last wish raid I struggle through the jumping puzzle.
No, you don't.
Okay, I've been getting better at it, but when I first started doing them, I sucked.
I had a guy rage quit between Shirochi and Morgeth in the Ascendant Realm.
Really?
Let's go this way, guys. Yes. He could not get through it, and he rage quit. Oh, shit, sorry. Yep. I was more worried about getting everybody through there. So that underbelly key that we got, this is one of the lucky ones. There's no watchers guarding this chest. So you literally just, well, come get it. You're one. Yay!
I got legs.
How is everybody sitting on heavy ammo? What are you using? I would not use a grenade launcher. Unless you're... Yeah, unless you're really, really good with a grenade launcher, you're pretty much going to be killing a actual dog, and there's going to be a bunch of little dogs jumping at you and clawing at your face. So, back this way.
Got like half on that. Yeah.
Okay, if we have to do a couple heavy runs in this encounter, we absolutely can do that. It's not the end of the world. Does anybody not have those gauntlets at all? Like, not any heavy giving hands? If you have the, if you have the giving hand, or even have the mod, throw that mod on a piece of armor. Because when you melee, it'll drop heavy for you. And then we would have dropped down this way. This room's not going to give you a whole lot of heavy. They changed it. There's a bunch of ads in the encounter room that we're going to, so we can just do up on those until everybody's done on heavy. When you drop down here, you're going to notice there's white burning fan things. You cannot get hit at all by these fans. If you get hit in the slightest, you're dead. So you wait for the first one to go off, second one to go off, and you just keep slowly making that way forward.
Guardian down.
And once you're hit, you're dead. So don't even try to keep going. It's nice and easy taking time through.
I made it.
Guardian down.
Nope. I watched that.
Look
Further
for the
back.
tunnel. You want to get up into the room called engine. When you walk through the door, you'll see engine right below your radar. There you go. Now drop down. There you go.
What I do when it helps me at least is I watch the actual, like, fire. No.
Guardian down.
Don't respawn. I'll come get you. No, you're fine. Don't even stress over it. The more you panic over it, the harder it's gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Yep.
Guardian down.
I almost got his res there.
Guardian down.
That's alright.
Oh, I can respawn over here. That works.
So what you want to do is you kind of want to line yourself up at the edge of the one that's shut off, and then just move forward on the slightest when it shuts off. And then you just wait till it's shut off and keep going.
I hear you cooking.
Guardian down.
There you go. It's alright. I'll come get your res and try and come through it with you and talk you through. Oh, what the hell? My ass got
Guardian
cooked.
down.
My ass end got cooked.
It's always a fun
Anybody?
experience.
Like an ass, like medium rare here. Alright, I got you.
Absolutely.
Right here. Just a little pink. Okay, so let's drop down. Just stay kind of side by side with me. Alright, let's move up. And then move up. Nope, I got hit.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
See, even I struggle with it sometimes.
I didn't die once to it besides when I was trying to res him.
Alright, smart aleck.
But yet I couldn't even complete the parkour before that.
Okay, let's wait for this one to shut off. Okay. Hit it. Hit it. Let's go.
Guardian down. Guardian down.
I burn out before I can even get your res. Yeah, once those fans hit you, like, they've set it to where it burns you, and that's the end of it.
It's a guaranteed death. Does that mean you get
Try going up against the flame brick thing, and see if that doesn't help, and stop right at the third hole on the bottom when it...
I got it.
Go? Nope. You're rushing it a
Guardian down.
tiny bit too much. And it's just the tiniest pushes forward. It's not...
I had it. There it is. Can't we just go into the dogs encounter and drag you
Look
guys
at
through?
you! He got it.
There we go.
Alright, so we're just gonna jump up. Alright, so if you need heavy and you have those giving hands on, or the mod on any piece of gear, go ahead and melee things to get heavy, but once you're full of heavy, you're gonna go to the opposite side of the encounter where we spawn in. It is called the safe room. I don't even know where you're killing yourself out up there.
Guardian down.
The gardens contain the floral emblem of the Empire, the plants from which we derive royal nectar. Enjoy
Alright, I am full. I'm gonna go up to the safe room. So when you jump up to the building up here, there is a giant hole at the base of it, so be careful to avoid that hole. I always call it the toilet, because when we need to wipe, that's where everybody's gonna jump in.
That's good. That's good.
That's clever.
Alright, no heavy.
Alright, so this encounter is, again, really super easy.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Did you guys play D1?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys... Okay, did any of you do Vault of Glass?
Oh yeah, it's my favorite raid ever.
Alright, remember in Vault of Glass the Gorgon maze?
Mm-hmm.
This is the Gorgon maze on steroids. Okay?
Awesome.
Basically what's going to happen is you have two people that are going to be called crystal holders. Now crystal holders do these prism things. If you pick both of them up at the same time, we will start it, so I'll just pick this one up. Now crystal holders have a left crystal and a right crystal, and one person would take each side. Now these crystals, when you're in these beams, shoot this awesome beam of light that I can shoot you guys with. Okay? So what the crystal holders are doing is they're staying up high. They're staying off the ground, and they're guiding what I like to call the ground crew to what are called flowers. Now for this encounter, we are literally killing dogs, and the dogs are in the room pathing as we're trying to get the flowers. Now just like the Gorgons, if we get noticed, it ends the sneaking part of it. Okay? And it could potentially wipe us. So the basics of what's going to happen is when we get the flowers, if you come on down here, you can see what the flower looks like if you want. This little sucker right here, when they're active, they glow very purple and they're kind of shimmery. Okay? When they're active, the crystal holders just call, hey, such and such flower is active. So then the person leading the group on the ground, they are all carrying what I like to call their baskets. They're little orbs that you pick up when we start. Now when all four of us are on this flower, the crystal holder would then look down and shoot at the active flower. Each flower that we pop gives us a damage buff to the dogs. The more stacks we can get, the more damage you do. Ideally, you want to get a 3 stack to go for it. Now since it's your first time in here, we are actually going to do the challenge for you. Now challenge makes it a little bit tougher because we will 2-phase this instead of 1-phase it. Now challenge just means that the person on this crystal can only shoot 1 flower on this side, the person on the other crystal can only shoot 1 flower on that side. If we were good enough with a more experienced team, you can actually switch out your crystal holder throughout the encounter and just do it all in one go, but that's for a more experienced team, so we'll just do 2 runs. Once we get that stack of 2 flowers, I'm going to lead the ground crew back to the middle of the encounter. That's going to be roughly right about here. Now there's 6 dogs in this encounter to kill, and each person is going to be assigned a dog. The dogs are going to be at the flowers that you're assigned, and they do not attack you. The dogs we need to kill are the yellow bar named dogs. The little red ones that run around, they'll attack you and they'll shoot at you, or they'll like bite you, I guess, instead of shoot. Anyway, they'll still attack you. But yes, focus on the yellow dog. Once your yellow dog is down, head to somebody else on your team, because there's 3 people on each side of the room. Now the goofy part is when we get to this middle, I like to end you guys here. As you see, it's pretty foggy down here. It's kind of easy to get turned around. If I lead you here, safe room is here, you should know the path to your dog from this point. Now is anybody kind of a panic person when stuff kind of hits the fan? You're like, oh my god, I don't know where I'm going. And want an easy dog?
No.
Well, there's a dog right in here that we'll have to have somebody claim, so. This
Okay.
is called the tree dog. So, this is trees, it'll always be to the right of right where I hopefully get you guys at the end. Now, for the left and right dogs, those are a little bit goofy because the left and right is according to Callus's left and right, the statue on top of Safe House. Since you're facing him, the right side is actually less dogs. And left side is actually right dogs. And right side is actually left dogs. So it's backwards from what you would think it is. So for the dog called L1, you would turn right, come between this corner pillar and this big rock. This flower right here is going to be called L1. It is the closest dog to the safe room. For R1, we would, again, start in the middle. Now since it's right side, you want to turn left. And I like to come between the big tree and this rock and then just hug the rock. You're gonna find this door to the safe house. Turn left and follow the outer wall. Your dog is gonna be right here on this flower. So those dogs aren't terribly hard to find, especially for your first time in here. Just one person per dog, and we should be golden. The other thing to notice that the dogs are set pathings, just like the Gorgons were. If you step on the dog's footprints, it is easier for them to detect you, and if you sprint too close to the dogs, they will see you. There might be times where we are directly on a dog's path. If you hold completely still, you don't even move your head, that dog will path right around us and not even care that we're there. But nobody can move a muscle at all. You just have to stand still. Other than that, if you're on the ground, just like when we stuck to the Gorgon maze, you kind of want to stay grouped up. I will go ahead and lead the dog group on the ground. Be that high school creeper that, like, stalked the girls.
Oh. Chubbs, you should know all about that.
Oh, that's
Alright?
up, man.
You want to be that creeper. The reason for that is it's easier to stay as a group. If our radar looks like one green dot on it instead of 4, it means that we're moving as a team and we're going to be really efficient at getting the stacks. Other than that, the crystal holders are always going to take the furthest back dogs. They can actually get in position while the middle, or the ground crew, if you will, is leaning back towards the middle. So they will take what is called L3, R3 dogs. I'll go ahead and claim R2. That's a tougher one to get to if you don't know the encounter. And then we'll need people on crystals. Now each time a crystal, each time a crystal shoots a flower, regardless of what side, both left and right get a yellow bar beast handler. Just pretty much a yellow bar cabal. There are set doorways for each side. Now right side is a little bit tougher. It's got 3 doors that the cabal can jump out of. Left side is a cheater because you can stand on the callus head statue and you can hit all 4 flowers. So each side has 4 flowers that that person will be letting you know what's active. Any questions before we start?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you guys want to give your hand at crystals, or do you want to do the ground part and just kind of follow around on the ground and...
I'll stay on the ground.
Get flowers. Okay. So, Doe and Rabbit, are you guys good doing crystals? Alright. Now, before we pick up that second one, who wants to take the tree dog? That is the one that's right next to the middle on the right hand side in between those trees.
I'll take it.
Okay. Who wants L1? Remember, it's going to be on the right hand side, right down here at the base of the safe room.
Got it.
Okay. And the last person will take R1, which is again left hand side, right here at the base of the rock by the safe room.
So is that mine then?
Yeah, that's yours, Moss.
You are going to have L3.
L3, so all the way in the back.
All the way in the back, behind the callus statue head.
Yep. Alright. Yeah, so Rabbit, don't pick yours up yet. I'm gonna bring mine over to the callus head.
Alright, guys with me, we're going to start on this hatch. Once they pick up both crystals, we're going to drop down below. There's little pods to pick up with, like, they look like little orbs. So each of us needs to pick one up, and then we'll focus on getting flowers. Crystal holders, I'm planning on just doing 1 flower from each so we can do the triumph for them.
Alright.
So we are all on the same page. You guys ready?
With you.
Let's do it. When you damage your dog, stand in his face and shoot down his mouth. Don't stand in his butt. Stand in his face. This is L1. So we will get L1 and then R2.
There is a dog going somewhat towards L1.
Yeah, we'll wait for his pathing. We're only getting 2 flowers. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see him yet.
Not quite.
He
So
should
he's
be
gonna
in
come
view
to the
right
right.
now.
See the dog right there? Those are the dogs that we're gonna kill. And we're just gonna wait for him to turn his lazy ass around. Once he gets back up to that rock, we're gonna ease out on the left-hand side wall and see how that flower is kind of purpley and shimmery.
Deep.
That's what they look like when they're active. So we'll all stack up on that flower quickly. He'll pop it with the crystal, and then we run back into this room. Let's head out. Back up on the flower.
2, 3,
Pop
4.
it. Okay. Back to the safe room, and beast handlers are up. Now this dog is a little tricky to get. So stack up against the rock to my left, and we're gonna wait for this dog to pass. Alright, let's go. We're gonna come over this way. Stay behind me. This is a little bit tricky. Jump gently. Stop moving, that dog's right there. Close it out, okay. Back up on my butt. We're missing 2 of you. Stack up closer, you guys are fine. Okay, let's get on the flower. You're good. Pop it. Okay, beast handlers. And guys, with me, we're gonna come back up this way. We're kind of taking a roundabout way, but we're getting you guys back to that middle area. So here you go. Trees is right here, again, to the right of us. Right inside there at that flower. L1 is to the right, and R1 is to the left. Prism, are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Guys with me, hold triangle to drop your poison sack. Awesome, go ahead. There you go. And go damage your dogs, do not kill them. If you kill them, we're bad. Really, really bad. Go damage dog.
Where is my dog at? Oh, there he is.
They take a second to get there.
It's like half health.
Okay, everybody go back to where we started, up in the safe room. Guys on the ground, just leave your dog, head back to safe room. You gotta drop into the top hatch, or you will die. Now we just wait for that hatch to close. That's kind of the light mechanic of the encounter.
I got mine just about half.
Okay. Guys with me, pick up the same poison basket we picked up before. And we do this process again. Not that one, it's not that one. And it's not trees. We've got a bad rotation. Okay. What is left side, doll?
Give me 1 second, all the way back. L3.
God. That's a bad combination. We'll try. I can't promise we're gonna get this, guys. So, easy behind the dog.
So worst case, we can get the dogs at least.
Rabbit R1 is... I was gonna say R1 is full health, just FYI.
R1 is?
R1 is full health.
Yeah, the 3 over here are all half health. One, I think my dog is lower than the other 2. Mine's about 1 bar.
Stay on my butt, guys. We're gonna go back through this tree.
There's 1 dog over in that area.
Now this again is a little bit tricky. Stay put. Stop moving. Don't even move your head. That dog's gonna turn around. We want him to pass, like go past us before we ease up. Let us know when that dog is passed. I can't see. I got somebody's ball right in my screen.
Alright.
The dog that I can see is gone. I don't know if there's one over by you guys closer.
Yes, he's gone. Okay, let's go. Just stay along this back wall. Alright, so
Yeah.
we'll stay here.
He's about to turn around right now.
I can't see him.
He's turning around
Are we-
towards you guys.
Good to go? Okay. Let's go. Back up on the flower. Pop it. And we're gonna go this way. Stay across
dog's
the
right
back
there.
side. Come up the stairs a little bit. Oh,
Just
what?
not
Yeah, it just went away.
Yeah.
Why does it drop your fucking stack when you go up the stairs?
Mosquito's the only one that still has one.
It probably
Alright.
thinks you're leaving.
We are going to have to damage dogs again and then go back to safe room. We'll
So
do another
don't
round.
kill your dog?
Don't kill your dog yet. If you're... There we go. I'll get more damage on mine.
Yeah, my dog's almost down, so get right kill it off the shoulder tray too.
Alright guys, back to safe room.
I don't know who's R1.
Oh, I'm dead.
Guardian
I
down.
was middle.
Guardian down.
Bad L1.
Somebody else get that. Ooh, way out there.
I can finish mine off and then go for your guys's if need be.
I have to get his res. Guys with me, pick up one of your poison sacks. I should have brought your fucking crystal over. I didn't even think about it. Okay, I'll pick up mine. Alright, we'll get R2, so stay behind me. Stay to the left against this rock.
And left is
That dog just passed. Alright, we got a good rotation this round, so we'll kill him. Let's go.
Yeah, mine is very low, and then someone else also has theirs about 1 bar left.
Yeah, the middle one is pretty low.
The whole left side is basically good.
Stay close to me, guys. Nice and easy through these dogs. We're gonna head back through this little tree. Nice and easy with your jump. And then that dog is to the left as we enter the tree, so stop moving. They're kind of ugly little things. They look like a cross between a dog and a hedgehog. Okay, let's go. Get on the flower. Okay. Alright. We're gonna have to... Oh shit, this is a bad spot here.
God, get away from the dog.
Like this one. I'm gonna come back this way.
It's in right there.
Alright. Get on this flower.
Once everyone's in.
Stop it. Alright guys, you ready to go kill?
Yep.
Okay, drop those poison sacks. Hold triangle. Let's go. Go kill your dogs. Once your dog is dead,
This is my dog,
help somebody
Macedo.
else.
You're in the wrong place, bud. No, you were... I think you were R1, actually.
This
Yeah, it's probably...
probably.
Wouldn't...
Okay, R2 is down.
Trees is down.
Left side, you guys good?
Oh, one's
I
down.
believe so. I'm not seeing any.
We're done. It wasn't the smoothest run, guys, but
It
we
worked.
got it.
Irrigation key.
Now, for doing the challenge, you always get an extra chest, and you guys should get an emblem. And it's actually kind of a cool emblem. It's a little,
Oh.
it's blue with a dog on it.
It gives you a little doggy.
That's cute.
So you got a challenge done. First time doing
Sweet.
Leviathan and a challenge.
Thank you.
Lucky dogs.
And I got a midnight coup.
You
That
shut your
is
mouth.
a fantastic gun.
Okay, you shut your mouth.
And I already had a, what is it, Masterwork one, so mine was better. But
I masterworked mine before the DLC for reload speed.
oh, yeah. When I was remastered mine for a reload speed anyways, but when I got mine, I think my first one actually was already masterworked, so I was happy about that.
Alright guys, the hardest encounter is last. But after this encounter we have boss fight.
Alright.
Hey.
Not too shabby of a raid, is it?
No. It only took us, what, 2.5 years to get it done?
Move your controller.
Doing it again.
Speaking of boss fight,
Oh,
Telling you, if you got the extra cash to spend, the razors are super, super nice. Yeah, I paid like $270 for mine.
I paid
yeah, my
about
headset was
120
like
for mine, like 4 years
270
ago,
as
5
well.
years ago.
But I wear glasses, and these are actually designed with like a glasses chamber,
Oh,
where
nice.
most of them, when they squeeze, you know, when you, I don't know if any of you have glasses, but
I do.
when you put your headset on, it squeezes the earpieces into your head and it hurts after a while. I have worn these for literally 14 hours, and I have no ear fatigue whatsoever.
Which pipe is it?
Who sponsored you today?
Yeah.
Nobody. I used to use Turtle Beaches, and every single Turtle Beach one that I used would break.
Yeah, they're so not durable. I hate Turtle Beaches.
Like,
They're nice, but they're
awful.
so flimsy.
Yeah, I went through
Mine
3
would
sets.
always break where the headband meets the ear cup,
Mine too.
and one ear cup would just dangle, and I'm like, the fuck? These are
Same.
like $90 headsets.
Yeah. After the third one
Absolutely
broke, I went
ridiculous.
to the Astros after the third one broke.
See, I've heard mixed reviews on the Astros, and these, eventually my boyfriend and I want to go to PC gaming, and these are compatible with PC and PS4.
Are you gonna
Like,
leave
they
PS4?
No, God, we don't even have the money for that right now. But eventually, the non-ear fatigue is enough for me to want to switch over. Alright, this is called Ventilator, and it sucks butt.
I've
These are the
seen.
most
Oh
common
man, I forgot about
Actually,
this.
are we going the right way?
Nope, nope.
I am lost, sorry. Give me a second. I gotta check the map. It's been so long since I've been through Underbelly that anymore I'm just like, am I going the right way? So we are in the top of Ventilator. We need to go... It was Conduit. Okay, come back this way. I was close. So you want to come back to the opposite side of Ventilator. We gotta go back up through the throne hallway over to Conduit.
Oh shit.
Yep, I guess we're supposed to jump right there.
Stop. Right, I'm gonna leave him. I don't know what he's doing. His mom might be talking to him. So is raid everything you hoped it would be and more?
Oh, so much more.
I did Last Wish on Sunday for the first time, and yeah, that took a while.
How many new people in the group did you have?
5
How
Yeah.
long did it take?
5 hours.
Yep, that's about
This will
right.
be the first raid in D2 that I've completed.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
I know, mine too. I did every raid in D1, and I just...
Oh, that breaks my heart.
I know, I got a tear right now.
All the way down.
Thank you.
So, guys, he's touching himself while he thinks of it, 'cause he's
Yeah.
still listening to us.
Ever breathe heavy.
So you're taking your controller to the bathroom with you, is what I'm hearing? Then why mute it if you're not taking it to the bathroom? Oh, well.
Guardian down.
Really loud in there.
I can get that way.
I mean, unless you got like a cannon exploding when you pee or something, like,
Like a fire hose.
yeah. Goddamn garden hose going off. Nice and easy on these pipes. Slower is better. Small turns. Sorry, my boyfriend comes home from work last night, and he works at Walmart, and he said he was sitting in the bathroom, and he thought this guy that works with him was in the the stall next to him, and the guy just shit his pants at work a couple weeks ago. And I guess, so I guess the guy comes in the bathroom, and like he no more sits down, and I guess my boyfriend says there's like gigantic fucking explosions going off. He's like, I'm surprised there wasn't water hitting the floor. So my boyfriend started laughing out loud, and was like, hey, are you okay over there? No response. We didn't think anything of it. Well, a couple hours later, he saw the guy and was like, man, were you like dying in the bathroom or what? And the guy's like, I wasn't in the bathroom.
See, did you get the chest?
So we're pretty sure that he
Right here.
asked if a stranger was okay.
Macedo, did you get the chest?
Yeah. Right here.
It's right down here, behind you. Behind you. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, next time we're in the bathroom, giggle at somebody's noises and then ask them if they're okay and see if you get a response.
I'm usually the one with the noises, though.
Like, no, I'm feeling pretty shitty over here. Alright, if he doesn't come back by the time we get to the next encounter, I'm gonna... we'll just kick him from the fire team, because we can't get to the next encounter till he is with us. So, by the time we get to that plate, if he's not there... Now, for this next encounter, you want a pulse or a scout rifle.
Scout?
Ideally, a scout would be better. Running the same scout would be even better, like a same rate of fire scout, because it kind of plays a part in this encounter.
What about the Vanguard Pinnacle Oxygen SR3? Will that work?
Yeah, if you guys want to run that, that'll work.
That's the only one that I have.
Oh crap! Oh.
Do it.
I don't have it. I got rid of it. I was thinking of not working.
God, it still amazes me at how many Sherpas there are not on Reddit for PS4. Boggles my mind. Alright.
Nope.
Not right. Now that you said it, it's gonna happen like mid-encounter. This will be a fun one to have the feedback on. Dog, dog, cup, cup, son, son. Yeah.
There's 6 of them?
There's gonna be 6 of them. Actually, there's gonna be fucking 8 of them. Alright, whoever's leader, just go ahead and boot Dahl back to orbit so we can get up to this encounter and start explaining. I'm not sure where he went.
I didn't even hear him say he had to go.
He lives at home, so his mom might have come in or something.
Oh.
I would do definitely a scout for your first time in here. It's a little, you guys have done really well with these encounters, but pulses are a little bit harder to time, which I'll explain as we kind of go through the mechanics of this encounter. Now, like I said, this is the toughest encounter and some teams take for fucking ever in this encounter. I would rather not be that team. Right?
Yeah, me neither. But now I'm nervous.
Coming over to where I'm at, and we're gonna kind of explain what's gonna happen in here. This, you guys have all done the menagerie, yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
You've done the gauntlet encounter?
Yes.
That's based off of this encounter.
Okay.
So, if you have a basic understanding of that one, this one should become pretty simple. Now back to the beginning of the raid, remember we talked about those 4 symbols, the dog, cup, sun, and axes?
Mhm.
You see how these symbols are up above these plates up here?
Yes.
Okay, and then if you jump up and look at the plate, your symbol is also on your plate. So, I kind of put it in 2 spots for you. Now, this encounter we are splitting into 2 teams of 3. Okay, so we have the dog and the sun team, and we will have the cup and the axes team. Now each team is essentially the same, it's just what plate you're on. So we'll start with the easy position. The first position is going to be called the runner. That is the person that is essentially going through the track and running just like you did in the gauntlet encounter. Now the difference in this one is if you come over this way, if you look up top, see the dog symbol?
Yes.
You would call the symbol that you see, and there's this lovely Connect 3 board. I only care what row the red circle is in.
Okay. So top, middle, or bottom?
So, exactly. So you would call like dog top, and then the people out here do something, which we'll get to in a second. And then once that has been shot, you'll pick up an orb. So the way that this is going to work is when we start, the dog and the cup plates will have 2 people starting at them. Sun and axes only have 1. Now the dog and the cup plate, when they start, one person will take one side door, and the other person will take the other door. So you guys just stand literally back to back right here and take your ads out. Each door at each plate spawns 9 ads. It's really simple to get them down. Nothing too crazy. If you're by yourself, you definitely probably don't want to be up here. You can get overwhelmed pretty quick just by, because usually it's one door spawns on the other, and they're kind of offset of each other. So you just want to be careful with that. Now the goal is to get all 18 ads killed. Once those 18 ads are killed, hopefully you have everything down. A bell will go off and a yellow bar is going to spawn at each plate. He comes out either one of the doors. Jotun is phenomenal for this encounter. Like, Jotun melts those yellow bars. Okay? So if you have it and you want to use it, it's a really good option. Now once your yellow bar is dead, you want to get him killed pretty quick. The runners are going to get their orbs to spawn, and that's how you get into the track. It's not just like a teleport like in the gauntlet encounter. Now the orbs spawn on this little dish thing at dog and cup. Okay? So what's going to happen is, let's say the dog, people have cleared their plate, they killed their yellow bar. Dog runner could just say, runner ready. Now cup runner is doing the same thing, and when he's ready, or she's ready, they could echo runner ready, and then both people will pick up the orbs. Now the orbs are limited at how long you have to pick them up, so if the other person's taken too long, you just pick it up and just say dog in, and then cup knows that he or she needs to also go in. Now once those people are inside, they're going to teleport in between these 2 boxes. Now there's a giant force field around you, kind of like in the Gauntlet encounter in Menagerie. Once that force field opens, you're going to see that Connect 3 board and the first symbol. One person would call it out first. I usually like to start with the dog runner, just to keep things simple, because you don't want to overlap your callouts. So the dog runner would look up and they call the symbol, and then the row of the red circle. Now the orb that you're carrying is essentially a bomb. And as you don't get rid of it, that timer is ticking down, and it will explode and kill you, possibly. So when you call, let's say, dog top, the people out here do their thing, and when they do it correctly, the circle that was red gets an orb in it. And all of the circles go open. Now once those circles open, if the orb is, let's say, in top and I jump up and I get the orb but I miss the circle, doesn't matter what circle I go through. I just need to make sure I grab that orb. Once I get the orb, I continue running around the track, then the cup runner could call his or her call out for cup. The runner has these barrels to jump over, and they'll run around the track. They'll get to sun plate next, so they'll call sun top, middle, bottom, get their orb, continue on. Both runners will make it through all 4 plates. Okay? At the end of their run, there's going to be a yellow finish line with an orb sitting in front of it. He or she will grab that orb in front of the finish line. They come back to this room with that orb, and they run it back to the dish of the elevator we came up on. Right here. Once they have dunked that orb, we are heading into round 2. Now in the first round inside the track, there is a solid floor. None of it's missing. I would recommend staying on the dark colored floor though, because as we progress through the runs, the light colored floor is going to start falling away. So just keep that in mind. Now for the runners, you want to keep them at 2, not 2 plates. Technically, they should have 1 plate in between them. Now, the reason being is that Dog and Sun are partners. Okay? Now, what the plate people are doing is they are having to shoot triangles for that runner to get his or her orb. So, for example, let's say our dog runner called Dog Top. How many triangles do you see under this dog symbol?
3.
How many of them were already called?
1.
The other 2 of them need to be shot together at the same time. So dog plate person would take and shoot the topmost one that wasn't called. He or she will always shoot top arrow unless your runner calls top, then they would bump down to middle. Now they can't always shoot top and bottom together, because the top one that wasn't called and the bottom one that wasn't called needs to be shot. What if it's, if it's top and bottom arrow, they need a partner. That's why we have 4 people doing the triangle
Guardian
shoot.
down.
Now for that example, if dog called dog top, dog plate would shoot middle, sun plate would shoot the bottom one. Now since dog plate is just standing there, wait for sun's shot to come in. Once you see my shots hitting the triangle, whoever's hitting that triangle, dog person on the plate would then start pegging at the middle triangle with the scout rifle. Now the reason that you don't want to pulse is because if you shoot the triangle too much without your partner, it's not going to give your runner an orb. It's going to turn those triangles red, which means that you shot it wrong, or one person shot it too many times before the other person could line their shots up. The shots have to roughly be at the same spot, or the same timing, to make those triangles turn green and give your runner an orb. So you always wait for your partner to start shooting. So once that runner has called dog top and dog plate shoots middle, sun plate shoots bottom, runner gets an orb. When the runner is going through your gate, remember the projection or the scions in Castellum? The Titan wannabe scions?
Yes.
When the runner goes through your gate, one of those stupid counselors is going to spawn right at the base of your triangles up here. So the second that your triangles turn, stop shooting, jump off your plate, and come get this stupid counselor. If you don't get him fast enough, he spawns what's called a projection, and those are the ones in the air that we talked about during Bathhouse. Those must be shot. They cannot be punched because they're floating randomly around the plates. Now once the dog person has shot their symbol and they get their scion, they're going to go ahead and get back on their plate and they turn towards sun plate, and they're waiting for the runner call out. Now if they called, let's say, sun middle, what triangle would dog shoot?
Bottom. Wait, top. Top.
Top. And sun would shoot which one?
Bottom.
There you go. So on sun plate, dog is their partner, so they're going to wait for dog to start shooting at the top triangle. Because what happens is if dog person is still trying to get back from doing their scion, and sun just lays into their triangle, it's not going to turn green because they're not at the same time. That's why you just wait for your partner to shoot. Now, once that runner has made it through sun plate,
What the?
Dahl was downstairs, so he killed himself to bring himself back up.
Oh.
That's all. Not a big deal. Now once the runner has made it through sun plate, you're waiting on your second runner to come through. Okay? So then the sun and the dog person turn back to their dog plate, and they wait for that second runner's call out at dog. Sun starts shooting first. Once dog sees those shots coming in, he or she shoots at dog. Then the runner goes through the gate, and the dog person gets his scion. Gets back on his plate and turns to cup. The second runner will then go through through sun, and then the sun plate would get his or her scion. So each round you're getting 2 scions, and you're shooting your own plate twice, and your partner's plate twice. Each time you shoot your own plate is when you get a scion. Now the key here is to show your runner the red circle inside that Connect 3 gate, or the Connect 3 board in there. The person taking that plate has got to stand on their plate. When you stand on your plate, your arrows are going to get like a bluish hint to them when you're on your plate. So if you miss those shots, the arrows turn red, and if you get them, they turn green. If they turn red, still get your scion. If they turn green, still get your scion.
Always get
when we
the
go
scion.
to second round, we just start back over. The runners and the plate people, we kill all the ads in here, we get the yellow bars down, runners pick up their orbs. Now this time there's some of the floor missing, so just be careful of those jumps. Now going back to why I said your runners want to be spaced out between one plate. Okay, when we start the encounter, there's a runner starting at the cup, and there's a runner starting at dog. What 2 plates are shooting for cup? Axes and cup. Alright, so let's say you have a runner at cup, and the call out has been made, and then this runner moves to axes, but the other runner has caught them and is now at cup. What's gonna happen?
Not gonna be able to get through cup.
You can't get both of them at the same time. That's really, really bad. If you keep one plate between each runner, you're on opposite teams at all times. So one runner that's coming through cup is going to have cup and axes shoot for cup and axes shoot for axes. They'll have a pause plate, and then the next runner is going to come through. So most people can't quite catch up on that, but if you understand that, you know, there's partners out here, and we got to depend on our partner to shoot it with us, it makes it a little bit easier to understand. Now, after that round has taken place, you guys come back out, you dunk those orbs, we go into the third and final round. Third and final round, same thing, kill ads, kill yellow bars, runners go in. People taking plates on the third round, those plates will move up and down, which I'll remind you, be ultra careful with your shot. Sometimes it'll lower you enough that you'll drop from top triangle to middle, and it'll turn it red just from shooting the wrong triangle. So just be really careful. After the third run has taken place and the runners have come out, the goal in this encounter is to get this dish filled with 9 orbs in these like elephant trunks around the center. Okay? If we do a flawless run with our runners, we get 6 orbs, because each runner would bring out 3 orbs. That's really good, because then we only need 3 people to make it on the final run. Now the final run, we all come in here, and there's orbs that spawn around the dish. You pick up an orb, and we all 6 go to the track. And it's just like the menagerie run. Each gate will have 4 orbs, so we'll have the dog and sun team pick up an orb at the first gate, skip the second gate, pick an orb at the third gate, cross the finish line. Cup and axes will skip the first gate, pick an orb up at second, skip third, pick an orb up at the finish line, and we hopefully get everything in.
Okay.
Okay? So a total of 9 orbs have to make it out between the final run and the runner's 3 runs with those 6 orbs. The more people that make it out on the running rounds, where we only have 2 runners, the better we are situated for the final run. Okay, if you have to have 5 or 6 of us make it out, it gets to be a really tough run. because you got people knocking into each other, forgetting which orb to take, taking an orb when they're not supposed to, etc. There's a lot that can kind of go wrong. Do you guys have any questions about any part of what goes on in here?
Not right now.
Okay. It can get a little overwhelming. Just remember, whatever your runner calls, that is not what you're shooting. You need to shoot the opposite too. Cup and dog, you shoot top unless the runner calls top. Then you move down to the middle one, because that would be the next top one that wasn't called. For axes and sun, you shoot the bottom unless they call bottom. Then you jump up to the middle, because the middle is the next bottom one that wasn't called. Okay, and you shoot the same for each of you and your partner's place. So Cup would always shoot top at Cup and axes. Some teams are going to have it where Cup shoots top at Cup and bottom at axes. That's just nonsense. It's confusing for people. You get missed shots for no reason.
Right. I volunteer runner dog.
The shooting, honestly, isn't that bad. If you plan on doing Prestige, you definitely need to understand how it works. But once you hear it, it's really not that bad. So if you're like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming, we can definitely have 2 of you that are new running. It doesn't bother me at all. If you guys would rather stay on the plates and shoot, mess it up a few times and make a swipe, I'm fine with that. You guys have made it through this encounter, or this raid, fairly quick so far. We only have boss fight left.
Yeah,
Boss fight's gonna cause us a couple wipes, so it's not the end of the world.
I'll shoot. I'll fuck it up a couple times.
Yeah. I'll run dog.
Okay. So
Alright,
we have
let's...
a dog runner. Who's running for Cup?
Alright, if anyone else wants to, I will gladly take it.
Okay. Shooters. Who would like to be at a plate with somebody to kill ads?
I will. I suppose.
Okay, would you
Joby.
like Cup or would you like dog?
Where'd Sweetness go?
I'm gonna be dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cup.
Oh!
Oh wait, you're notorious on here. I forgot you changed it.
Yeah, I was gonna say no one knows who Sweetness is, you idiot.
I was like, wow, you guys are like really friendly with each other, and then
Yeah, he's a jerk.
bomb.
He's a jerk.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go shooting on Cup though with the partner
Okay,
or whatever.
so it looks like that'll work. Alright, and the other 2 of us, if you want axes or you want sun. Okay. Now axe is a little bit nicer. You got kind of a cheat system here. You can use this pillar for your advantage. The other thing to keep in mind, guys, is if you take a look at either dog plate or cup plate where those orbs spawn, see, like, I don't know, I always call them heaters. I don't know what to call them. But see these things with like the white lights on them? If you don't kill anything at your plate until there are 3 white lights going from the bottom to the top, you will not get but more than 6 ads to spawn at your plate. So, dog and cup, if you guys want to let us know when there's 3 lights on there, axes and sun can hide out in the middle elevator room. And when they say, hey, you're at 3 lights, we go kill our 6 ads instead of 18, and then we kill our yellow bar. Makes it a little bit easier on us.
Alright.
You can get those ads low, just don't kill them. If you kill too many of them, you'll start another wave to spawn, which then you obviously get more than 6. So. Alright.
So which plates? Just to clarify, which plates am I in charge of shooting from here?
For which one?
From Cup. From Cup.
From
sorry.
cup? So cup and axes.
Yeah. Okay.
So it'll be that one and this one over here, and you're always top arrow. And then whoever's taking axes, you're shooting cup and axes, and you're always shooting bottom. That's not called. Now the first shot is always at cup plate for you 2, and then at axes. And then you turn back to cup, and then you turn back to axes.
For the runner, for the runner call outs, you want dog to call theirs out first?
I usually just have dog call first, but I don't
Okay.
care who calls, as long as you guys don't call over each other. The thing that you don't want is for somebody to say dog top and cup bottom at the same time. Because now your teams are having to think, because each one is a different call out, which means different triangles need to be shot. So tag team the call outs. You should have like dog top, cup middle, sun
Okay.
bottom, axis middle. And just tag team it all the way through, and we honestly should be golden.
If you want to call it first, I'll wait a second and call it mine.
Okay, that works.
Just wait for that force field to disappear, just because of the fact that if you call it too soon, they can shoot, and then it'll reset your gate. Okay? Where am I at? I'm confused.
Dogs?
So,
Where are
Doll's
you at?
running. Chubby, you're shooting? Just double
Yeah.
check on here. Okay. Moss, you're at Axis. Ah, I'm with Notorious. Okay. Hi,
You're
partner.
shooting.
Hello.
I am shooting. Are we good?
Yeah.
Everybody think they know what's going on? Ready to fuck this up?
Yep.
Let's give it a shot.
Definitely.
Confidence, guys. I love it. Okay, step on your place, and that's gonna get all of our ads to start coming out. Axes and Sun, did you guys just start killing?
We've been killing. Or we
Yep.
have.
It's fine if you have. I was keeping an eye on the heater if you didn't.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, totally forgot about that already.
That's okay. Just kill your ads.
Alright, dog is
All right.
ready.
Runners, head on in.
Alright,
I'm in.
I'm in.
So pretty in the force field.
Dog top.
Cup top.
Don't forget Scions.
Sun top.
Pax top.
Scions.
Cup. Middle.
Dog middle.
Scions.
Axes middle.
Sun bottom.
And Scions. You guys are pros at this. Runners, go to the middle, dunk those orbs, and go back to your place. You guys got this, kid.
Alright.
So easy. Make sure you guys are at the right place when you go back. It's easy to get lost. Sometimes we get people who go down and they're like, where's my partner? I thought they were behind me. No, they went to the wrong place. Yeah, ads switch out of doors, by the way.
Oh,
If they slam into you, they will kill you. So they kind of skate out of the door instead of like walk.
That hurt a little bit.
Hey, get ready for the yellow buzz.
No, mister.
Alright,
Runners, pick up. Shooters on
I'm
the
in. Dog top.
Cup bottom.
Scions.
Sun bottom.
Axe bottom.
Scions.
Cup, top.
Dog, middle.
Kion.
Axes, middle.
Sun, middle.
And silent. You guys are seriously like blowing me away right now. I don't think I've ever had a team that has gotten this first try ever. I've had teams that have spent 4 hours
Oh,
in this.
there you go.
Stop. We are gonna get it. Stop it.
Man, we're doing so well.
Stop it. You guys suck. Get better.
Get good.
Get good, scrubs. Listen to the concentration even. My word.
Yeah, full try hard now.
I feel like I just need to die just to prove a point.
Nah, I don't. You're good.
Oh, his other door.
Okay,
Dogs
shooters,
in.
plates are moving up and down. Careful with those shots.
Dog top.
Cup top.
Sun top.
Axe bottom.
Cup middle.
Dog top.
Alright.
Axes bottom.
Sun bottom.
Alright, gentlemen, get your final scions. Everybody to the middle. You guys get a flawless run. With these, you'll make the final one. Dog and stun team, you guys will get an orb in the first gate. Cup and axes team, you will go through the empty.
So cup and axes get second one. And
Second
final.
and fourth.
Alright.
Nope, second and fourth.
Well, yeah.
No, yeah, so, yeah. Disregard. Okay.
I get bottom. Left.
Now the floor solid through this. After the exit the second gate, your floor is going to start falling. Stay on the dark gray floor. Jump over after you get through the gate. Weapon actors taking away.
Take middle. Middle.
Mid right.
Go bottom. Out middle.
If I can make it to top.
Guardian down.
Oh, I was almost there.
1, 2, 3. First
Oh, I
try.
had one too.
Wow.
We got an
You guys
extra.
That's the hardest encounter in this raid, right there.
And we just did it first try.
Wow.
Actually, that's not a bad gun to use
audience
if you're in
with
the
me. I will show you
boss room in the
power.
other area.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not. Fuck.
It honestly is, but at the same time, it can get the job done.
Okay, Doll, there's other ways to get blown than by board cliff. I know you're young, but come on, let's get real. You've had the birds and the bees talk, yeah?
Yeah.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Like,
I can live without that.
I know that I'm older than you, but I should not have to give you that talk. Just saying.
Here, have a seat. Let's talk this out.
So it depends on what room you're in. Um, we'll kind of explain the gist of it. Let me... Oh, I hate to do this. I'm gonna send you guys a message with a picture. Actually, I'm gonna send you a couple pictures, so give me a second to get all three of you these pictures sent. Don't let it scare you.
Already petrified.
They're already a touch scary, but it's nothing too major. This just goes for the harder part of the boss fight, if you will. This is what's gonna be in called.
That's why I was pushing everyone towards the middle, trying to get everyone onto the plate.
Sorry, I'm trying to set up the void room map and then the...
I'm trying to think what's the combination.
Front right, back left, back right, front left.
Okay.
As your back is to the elevator.
You go to that one, someone?
You can pull them over by yourself though, you're
you
fast
can?
enough. Alright, Notorious, you don't get the pictures because you're all locked down.
I'm all locked down.
I can't create a message with you. So if you want the pictures, either get them from one of the other two, or send me a message, and I'll send them to you that way.
Shit out of luck there, Notorious.
Hey Chubbs, eat a dick.
Okay.
Oh. Hold up, you guys are going the wrong way.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I'm following.
Yep. We got conduit key, which is the way that we came. No. Well, maybe. Yes, we gotta go through the pipes, that's right. So we wanna go back to the one... Yep.
Keep them moving. I believe in you.
Are you
When
on
we
my
get
ass?
to these horizontal beams, stand up, push over the first beam, push over the second, and then crouch again. It's the easiest way to get over those beams.
You go into cups, right?
Yep.
I just made it past everyone. Besides one person who was a different way.
Alright guys, so when we get to the boss fight, don't go close to the boss and don't shoot at him. Both of those will start the encounter. We'll show you kind of the layout of the room. And then we'll go over that. Kill everything except these things. Okay, leave these things alive.
Oh, it's this chest.
Oh, this stuff is super easy to get.
Yeah, it is.
You do it from the air shaft. Okay, follow me up this way. Actually, we gotta go up the air shaft, sorry. Let's turn around. My bad. We're gonna go to the top of the air shaft. Now, some of the keys for the underbelly are located in rooms with those little machines called watchers. Now, to get the chest to open, you have to kill all 4 watchers. So once we all get to the top and we wait for this air shaft to shut off. Okay. When you fall back down... Oh, don't do what I just did. Yes, but I'm going to show them where the watchers are located before we... Give me a sec. Alright, jump up to this lower ring. Well, it kind of is. When you drop down from the top of it, if all 4 people doing watchers can land on this ring, they don't see you up here. So you can take as long as you want to get in position, and as long as you have the long-range weapon to kill them in one go, we're golden. So if you crouch, you see there's a watcher right here down to our left called Beta. Okay, there's one right behind him over here called Gamma. Is it Delta? My bad.
Beta's
right there. Yep.
Delta's right there.
And then Alpha is in the very back.
Gamma's over to the left.
Yeah, so 4 people will be assigned to 1 watcher apiece. You guys will jump down. All 4 of you should land on this ring. Get in position and make sure you see your watcher, and then do a countdown of like a 3, 2, 1, take them. As long as all 4 of them are killed fairly quickly, we will get the chest. The door opens to get it. So, who would like to kill Beta?
I'll take Beta.
I'll take.
Alright.
I'll take Delta and Notorious.
Alright, kill him. Kill the one who's playing. That's gonna reset the room. Now I'm gonna turn the air shaft on, so let the air shaft push you back up. Just walk into it and it'll bring you up. Now the 2 of us that don't have watchers, we're just gonna stay up here out of the way. And then to reset those watchers, we have to come out of this door. Now when you land and go down the air shaft, be extremely careful. It's really easy to miss the last ring. If you're afraid you're gonna miss the last ring, stop yourself on an earlier ring and then just kind of slowly kind of platform down. Did it seriously not shut? Did it glitch on us? This might not work.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh. I was like, holy shit. Okay.
My bad.
In the door.
Didn't know.
Sweet, dude.
Alright, so I usually have one person jump down at a time just so you don't bump into each other and send each other flying. But you guys do it how you wish.
Alright.
Let's see. Keep going around. Keep going around. Alright, I see mine.
I see mine.
The other 2.
I got Delta.
I got Beta.
I got Gamma. Wow. That was very
That was
quick.
it. Doll, have you never done it that way?
No, I've always just tried to like wait by a door
Good
and run
lord.
to them. Yeah, every group I've ever been with decides we're gonna try and run to it and hope we don't get spotted.
No, as long as you can get people that can land perfectly on the air shaft. Sometimes it takes a few tries to land on the air shaft, but that's such an easy way because then you can all make sure that you are absolutely 100% ready.
Hellfire Heart. I literally have one in my inventory.
Alright. Back up the air shaft we go! 2 boss fights! Look at you all go!
Yay!
Now, boss fight is down that one tube that I was gonna go down, right?
What the hell?
Back this way.
Ow.
Dick.
Guardian down.
Oh yes, ran right into that.
Couldn't happen to a nicer person.
I have to slowly climb up.
Guardian down.
No, Moss. Where you at? Oh, we're going right here.
Gave you an out of bounds timer.
Alright, now I don't know. Go down here? Maybe?
Yeah, keep coming that way, Chubbs.
Alright.
There's your ugly mug.
Yep.
You're welcome.
So I have to ask, is it supposed to mean like chubby bunnies fucking?
Yes,
it means
he loves that kind of shit.
yeah,
He is
it
so
means
down.
Whatever you want it to mean, you know.
PETA
It's
does
open
not
for
like him.
interpretation.
PETA is not a
Yeah.
fan of him.
Sorry, like.
I don't even remember where it came
I'm
from.
just gonna shut up.
100% correct.
That bunny's having sex. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
just
good
I'm
grief.
doing a little bit of yoga behind you. Don't mind me.
Stretch it
Oh,
out.
the bunnies are fucking. You're stretching.
You gotta get
Oh,
stretched
yeah.
out for the next round.
You gotta get limbered up before you fight Callus. Yeah, see, I'm even stretching right now. Never ended my animation.
Holy shit. Alright. So, this is the boss fight. Now, there are... You guys did, or those of you that did Vault, again, kind of relating back to Vault here. For Vaulted Glass, you remember how there were kind of two realms, and each realm was kind of responsible for doing one thing, but they kind of communicated between the two?
Yes.
That's kind of what's going on in here. To start the encounter, you will have somebody shoot the cup out of Fat Boy's hand. That's going to get the 7 ad doors that are in this room to spawn a bunch of Cabal. Up where Doll's at, there's three doors. On the opposite side, there's 3 doors. There's a door right under Fatso. Now those ads are fairly simple to kill. There's dogs, there's scions, and there's the yellow bar.
Does that seriously...
No, somebody shot him, I'm pretty sure.
Uh,
Here's your
going
ad.
in that...
hey, there they are.
that door,
Alright.
that's it. Hey, free ammo.
That was actually a perfect moment for that. Oh, that was good.
Guardian down.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Guardian down.
Got a fat ass, Callus. God damn. Alright, so I see wannabe Titans again.
Yep,
We...
Wiping?
yep, it's gonna be a wipe. But why am I in here? Watch his forehead, guys.
Want to do that?
No, watch his forehead.
Guardian
Oh,
down.
dog.
Dog.
Up. Alright. That's the projection right there. That's what we've kind of been talking about. So these are projections. Now, hit the ramps, and you get booped up.
Oh!
Okay? It's gonna be a wipe. It's not the end of the
I'm
world.
in trouble.
I
So,
wasn't
for this
ready.
encounter, that is the second realm that you just saw.
Okay.
That's called Void World. So what's gonna happen is we all start by killing all the ads in this room. Okay? Try not to pop supers, because we really don't need to pop supers to kill a bunch of ads. We want those for DPS. Hunters, I would definitely go Golden Gun. Titans, I would go Hammers. Warlocks, I would do Empowering Rift with Chaos Reach and Geomag Stabilizers, if you got them. Pretty
let me
easy
s-
loadouts. As far as heavy goes, machine gun all the way. And the rest of your loadout's gonna depend on which realm you're in. Now, for this encounter, those symbols that we talked about earlier are gonna come back into play. That cup and sun, dog and axe. Okay, they're all in this room. And there's 4 plates. Each of those plates has a symbol on it. Dog and sun are on the right side of the room as you face Callus. Axes and cup are on the left. Now that's why we partner dog and sun in Gauntlet, is because they're partners in this room. When we go to start this encounter and we kill all the ads, one of these titans are going to spawn on each plate. Do not punch them for this encounter. When we go to start that, if you punch them early, the 2 people that are coming back here to kill ads and punch the titan or the scions for us are going to have an extra yellow bar to deal with. Sometimes that yellow bar is just the one ad that pushes them over the top of being too much. So don't be afraid to hide in the bubble if you're damaged, but don't shoot or punch those scions. Once those scions are up, Callus is going to do a giant look at me dance, and he's going to clap twice. Once he claps, guys, we're going into void. Now, 2 people are going to come back here, and what they're doing is a little bit different than what the void is doing, so we'll start with throne room. Now, as you saw in that room, there are little tiny, like, speed bumps, is what I call them. If you look at the pictures that I sent you, except for Notorious.
Chubby texted them to me, so I got them.
Okay, did he? Okay, perfect. So if you look at those pictures, do you see the one that says the heart something? I can't read. It's on my phone. I can't read who it is. But it says somebody generated 1 orb of light. And there's like the shimmery, like, speed bump shaped thing on the ground. That's just one of the barriers. I just call them speed bumps. I don't know what other people call them, but whatever, they're one of the barriers. What's going to happen is there's 3 orbs on the opposite side of that barrier. Typically you have 3 people coming back here, 3 people staying in void, but we're going to do 2 and 4 instead.
Hold on real quick, Chubbs, you sent me 2 of the same pictures.
Yeah, I said fuck you and only sent that, so sorry.
Alright. Cool, man. Glad we're friends.
Yep. Alright, continue, please.
So, the people that are coming back to Throne are the only people in there that are going to jump over that barrier with a baby jump and grab an orb. Now, one person's responsible for right side zone, one person's responsible for left. Person taking right side zone, take the furthest right orb. Person taking left, take the left side orb. Now, those orbs that you take will bring you back to this room, and those people are literally responsible for just killing stuff. However, there is a little more that goes into it. Now, when they go to listen for the void rule, as you guys saw, some of us are going to have symbols across his forehead, for those of us in void. Now, it's easiest to read those symbols from the person taking left, then middle, left, then middle, right, and then right side. Because what I mean is 4 people are staying in void. If you look at that purple map that I sent you, that is an actual map of the void floor. The far blue one is the left path, green is the middle people, and the orangey salmon, whatever colored one, is the right side. Now, as you guys are going in there, for the left side person, you have to cross shoot along with the right side person. Now, what I mean by that is a little easier to put you guys in a position to show you. So, somebody go ahead and come stand, like, right here. Okay. One person stand right here. You guys are going to be middle, just stay there together. You're fine.
Okay.
Notorious, come back. And then some of you just come stand over here. Anybody?
I'll just stand right here. I'm good.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. So, technically we'd have 2 people by Moss in the middle, but we'll make do with this. So, what's going to happen is, in that realm, you have the 3 orbs, right? The 2 people in the middle share and stand behind the middle orb. So they're shoulder to shoulder, kind of cutting that orb in half. Again, don't jump over the barrier to get the orb, though. Left side person would stand behind the left orb, right side person would stand behind the right one. Now, you saw all the, like, I call them skateboard ramps, because that's what they look like to me. I like the skate park or whatever. Those ramps hide a lot of the ads in that room. So, in this instance, how you guys are set up, Chubby would need to cross shoot to the right. Notorious would have to cross shoot to the left. What that means for you is that Callus's forehead has that symbol on it that you still need to see. So if Chubby puts Callus's forehead in the top left corner of his screen, he can still see his symbol, and his gun is already pre-aimed at the Scion that he's going to need to kill on the ground. That is in front of Notorious. Notorious is going to put Callus's forehead in the top right corner of his screen. His gun is already aimed in front of Chubby at the Scion on the ground. Because what happens is each person, or set of people, however you want to look at it, there's 3 Scions on the ground. One on left, one in middle, and one on right. The ones on the left and the right like to hide behind the ramps. Now what do the Scions shoot that boops you up?
Oh, those little void things.
There you go. That's really, really bad to have happen in Void Room. So if you're taking Void, you want some kind of pulse or scout. Something that you are solid with those headshots. 2 headshots and that Scion should be dead, if not 1 headshot. Any more than that and you're taking too long for the Scion. Now the middle team has just 1 Scion on the ground in the middle. Not a huge deal. There's 2 of you, 1 Scion. Hopefully you can destroy his butt. Now for Notorious and Chubby, since you guys are cross-shooting, there's ground Scions, and after you get the ground Scion down, you move your gun up a little bit and there's a projection. Right up in the air above it. Headshots on those projections. Okay?
Alright.
Now when you guys are doing that, you have those symbols to call out, and we need to know what those symbols are because that's how you get your next barrier. All the while you guys are in there, Callus is continuously sucking forward. If you don't have a barrier, you're going to end up in his mouth and it's going to be a wipe. So what you're going to do is you're going to call left to right. So in this instance, Chubby would make the first call out. Whoever was left middle would be second, then right middle would be third, and then Notorious would end it. Now with 4 people in there, it gets a little bit tricky because we only are listening for 3 of the 4 symbols in the raid. Cup, axes, dog, sun. Whatever one is not heard, the people out here will do that melee. So if I hear sun, axes, and cup, the person on this side of the throne room needs to come up here and melee dog as quick as possible. Meleeing that symbol that was not called gives you 4 your next barrier. So you move slightly to the left and right, avoid the ramps and lips, and you get pre-aimed and you start your callouts again. Left to right, 1 at a time. But they've got to be somewhat quick. Now while we're waiting for those callouts, these Scions in the bubbles have a small bubble that starts like around their body. And the longer we wait, the bigger that inner bubble gets, and by the time that inner bubble gets as big as the bubble the Scion is in, it's done. It's a wipe. You guys have a bunch of callouts and pull forwards to get through. So that's why I always like sending 4 people in there, because you have 5 Scions to get down. 4 people, 5 Scions should be a piece of cake. Alright? The only tricky part in Void is going to be the right-hand path. Now if you go back to the map that I sent you of the Void pathing, see the salmon colored one on the right at the top where those 3 white like boxes?
Yes.
On the final pull forward, there's a ramp and there's a small lip on the floor. Hitting any lip or ramps will send you right over top of that next barrier. You need to be as close to the ramp as you can be on that final pull forward on the right hand side of Void. Other than that, your paths are pretty simple. You can see the lips and the ramps and stuff ahead of time. So focus on like getting your call out, getting your Scion found. Once all Scions are down, you reload, you adjust left to right as necessary, and you go to the next barrier. So it's a reset at each barrier that you need to make because you have to get ready for the next Scions and the next call outs. Now with 4 of you in there, 1 person is going to have a repeated symbol. I don't care who's repeated unless it's the last person on right side. They could stay quiet, but it's always going to be 1 person repeat. First person on left always will go first because that's the first one to call out. Person 2, 3, or 4 could have the same symbol as him. Just call it out anyway. I know we've already heard it, but call it out anyway. And then whatever we don't hear, I'll say, alright, melee blank, and that person out here will do that melee. Then when you guys get to the final suck forward, this encounter is just like the dog encounter and the fact that we need to get some kind of buff to do decent damage to the boss. If you're going into Void, you definitely want that Pulsar Scout in your primary, but for secondary, you want some kind of auto rifle. Gnawing Hunger is a very good one in there for skulls. But what's going to basically happen is when you get to the last pull forward, there is no callouts. Or there are no callouts, rather. You guys still have the 5 Scions to get down. Now you're very, very close to those last Scions. So get grenades on the ground and pre-fire at those suckers before they spawn in. You will start to see a pattern that the ground ones spawn in at roughly the same spots. You know, middle's always in the middle, left and right are always, you know, on the outer part of those, that, I guess, floor that you guys are on. Once those final Scions are all down, we move into collecting what's called skulls for damage. Now during skulls, if there's a Titan in Void, absolutely go ahead and throw a rally barricade down for you guys. Wait till he opens his mouth though. And the second he opens his mouth, his head is going to shake and you're going to be about from me to the doorway away from his mouth. Now as his mouth is opening, his head shaking, he's spitting out a bunch of little tiny purple skulls. Take your auto rifle and you literally scribble like a little kid across his mouth. It's not destroying the skull, it's just putting a bullet into one. The more skulls you guys get, the better DPS we can do. Now the people out here, when they're getting skulls, this room is burning. So it's really tough to stay alive. You definitely want to be on your A+ ad clear game for being in this room. If you're not, we're going to have some serious things happen. It's really bad if you don't have all the ads down when it's burning. Now when it's burning, the boss has an overshield on him, and as you guys are getting skulls, the person in here needs to make that determination of when to pop his shield, because that brings the people from Void back to this room. I like to go by the rule of thumb that the second the room starts burning, the person taking the shield counts to 15 in their head. And as they're counting to 15, they're slowly working the boss's shield down. Don't pop it until you reach 15 though. And once you reach 5th world, we'll then get 4 orbs to spawn, and each one of you in Void grabs an orb and comes back to Throne. Now when we come back to Throne, a lot of teams from the community like to start up on the Sun Plate. I don't like to because Void is going to spawn in at the backside of this room, which means they have quite a ways to run, and there's a lot of dogs coming in the room at that point. We're actually going to start on the Axes plate, which is the back left one. So what we'll do is we'll stack up on the back side of that plate, off to the side, not on it, just on the ground off to the side of it. One of our warlocks can jump up when everybody's ready, pop an empowering rift, and on that plate, guys, use all your heavy. Just lay into him with your machine gun. His head will be his crit spot at that point. Now the goal on first plate is to make sure that we break him. Spoiler alert, Callus is a robot.
What?
Right? Did you really not know that?
No, I did.
Some people haven't, so
No.
I figured I'd ask.
I may
So
not have
he's
completed
gonna
raids,
go-
but I know the lore.
Okay, you're fine. So what I
Not
mean by
Callus.
him breaking, he goes from looking like he does right now, and then his chest plate is gonna pop off, and he's gonna have like a red spot on his chest. If we get him to drop to his knees and get him to pop those plates off, we're doing really good on damage. So all heavy weapons on the first plate. Now when I say stack up, I mean like right here, all 6 of us will stack up. And if one of the warlocks wants to claim first plate, he will jump up, drop that rift, we get up, and we lay into him. Now if we have another Titan that wants to put a rally barricade on the first plate, super useful as well. So we don't have to do the reloads because some of the machine guns are a little bit slow to reload. Now what we're watching for when we're on this plate is for him to raise his hand and go to aim like a gun at us. When he goes to do that, I'm going to call get off, and it's time to drop off into the purple goo. He's going to shoot at the plate, so if you stay on the plate too long, you're going to die. Once we drop off, we move up to this plate. If we have the other warlock that wants to put another empowering rift down on this plate, by all means go for it. When we jump up on this plate, it's super time. Hunters, you make sure that you hit that golden gun right into his red chest spot. And then warlocks, if you guys want to stand towards the back side of the plate, since you're going to be up in the air, that way nobody is shooting into the back side of you and wasting ammo. Again, we wait for his hand to point at the plate with the gun, we'll call get off, and we drop off, and we run across over here. Now once we all 6 group up, I'll call 3, 2, 1 on. We get on, all the rest of your heavy, whatever else you got left to give him, give it to him here. Grenades are fine from these front plates. When he raises his hand again, if we still need more damage, we'll drop off, and we'll come to the 4th and final plate. We'll group up, we'll get on, we'll hopefully get him down. Now the key to these plates is once one person has stepped over, or like jumped over them or stepped on them, that plate is activated. Don't jump on a plate unless you are 1,002% sure that that is the plate everybody else is on. If we come in and we're actually meeting at back left, and I come over to back right, and when I say get on, I get on back right, you guys are on back left, I'm the only person that's going to be able to damage him on this plate. And sometimes this is the plate that you need to finish him off in one round, which we definitely do not want to two-phase this.
Challenge is touching, like, people go on every single plate at the same time.
Yep.
I've actually done it multiple times, and it's not that hard. It's just, I wouldn't recommend doing it, like, every time.
No, I've never done the challenge for this room, nor, you know, if we get more solid raiders with a new clan, we can come in and give it a try, but, yeah.
I was with the 4 LFG groups, and it was like, they suck at every encounter except for boss.
We've never attempted, or really had a group to do this one, but super easy encounter.
Alright.
Little bit tough with Void World, but does anybody have a preference of staying in this room and killing ads and doing the punches?
No.
No. I'm ready for Void.
I can stay in here if you guys want me to stay in here. I don't mind staying on Throne. If you guys want to take Void, more power to you. That is the spot to learn. If you're trying to ever do this on Prestige, Void Room is 10 times more complex than what you're going to see in there right now. So, with that being said, it's kind of a tough spot. A lot of people don't understand how to properly do Void, but it is what it is.
Well, let's see how bad we can fuck it up.
I will take the right side Throne. Who else would like to take Throne with me?
Don't know.
Okay. Who's gonna take left side Void?
I got it.
Okay, who's gonna take left middle Void? Okay, who's gonna take right middle Void?
I'll take it.
Alright. And Notorious will take a right side Void. So you guys will be Chubby, Moss, Doll, Notorious in order of callouts. The faster we get those callouts out of you, the better off we are. So Moss, you're always waiting for Chubby, and then Doll will always be waiting for Moss, and then Notorious, you're waiting for Doll.
And one of us is going to be a duplicate, correct?
Yes. Still call the duplicate. Don't worry too much. Notorious, if you are the duplicate, which it's a good chance you might be, on the first time that you guys are calling symbols, just say something like skip.
Okay.
Because then you don't have to say anything for the rest of them, and it would be on Chubby, Moss, and Doll to say those 3 that we need to hear to know which one to punch. Okay?
Height.
Any questions, concerns, comments?
Nope.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Kill ads, stay out of his laser beam of death. He will kill you with it. So take cover. These ads should not be that difficult to kill. Alright, watch Callus. You'll see his look at me dance. There it is.
There it is.
And he's gonna get the clap going. Void, get yourself lined up immediately. Get ready for those call-outs, and the first one only has 2 projections.
Go.
Sun.
Stun.
Come back to sun, set dog.
Alright, so... And Notorious are just gonna be the same as me every time.
Okay.
Call-outs.
Go.
Sun.
Stun.
There's still a guy left, yeah.
Sun.
Not axes.
Axes.
Yeah,
Alright.
Oh no, he fucking... Someone didn't get the Scion next to me. He popped me up, I'm dead.
We're out.
we're supposed to be cross shooting, so whoever's on the
Yeah.
left side.
I thought I had mine down.
Yeah, there was one that just sneaky looking.
Yeah, the middle one, so like you'll shoot left and I'll shoot the right. And we work to the
That's-
middle.
Well,
Honestly,
middle has a scion in the middle
Oh, yeah.
that they need to get down, and then cross shoot. And then left and right, your scions like to be little assholes.
Yep,
to say the least.
they were that
They
time.
will duck behind those ramps. So if you see one duck behind a ramp, just call out scion on right, and then the right side person could look behind the ramp straight ahead of them, and he's probably gonna poke his head out, and you can get those headshots and kill him.
Yeah, Chubbs, you obviously didn't see mine, right? You was sneaky bitch.
Yeah, I didn't see him at all.
All right. Like I said, just whatever side you're on for left and right, put Callus's forehead in the top corner of the side that you're on.
Okay.
And that way you can see his forehead, and your gun will be aimed at right about where that scion comes in.
And 4, good buddy.
Ready?
Buddy.
Call-outs were a tiny bit slow, so just a little bit faster, and you guys got those call-outs down. Man, I think we called this race time pretty
Perfectly?
goddamn perfect, because we got 45 minutes and we're at boss fight. We're doing pretty good. Alright, Void guys, get lined up.
Axis.
Dog.
Up.
Hitting sun.
Dog.
Sun.
Up.
Oh shit, sorry. Axis.
Dog.
Up.
Done.
Dog.
Axis.
Scoot over. Scoot over.
Final pull forward, guys. Get those 5 scions out, and then get your autos out ready for
Oh, I fucked up. Yeah.
Guardian down.
not the end of the world. Oh,
fine.
no projection.
Guardian down.
Okay, that's fine. You guys made it to the end.
Yeah, I hit a jump on accident.
That's okay.
Tony Hawked it.
Yeah, man.
It's Ollie, bro.
I believe I can fly.
Ollie, bro.
Tried. Fucked it up.
Let's do it.
Plap, plap.
Done.
Dog.
Axes.
Right, Notorious, you don't have to clear a symbol anymore. You're
Alright.
repeat.
Alright, cool.
Axes.
Dog.
Getting killed by a Scion over here.
Yep, I got him. Oh
come.
no, god damn it. Sorry guys.
I got axes.
We're out.
If he dies, it's fine. He's the repeat. It's just, he's like, I guess, an extra backup.
He will always be the repeat though.
Yeah.
So you don't want to
Well,
count on him being the repeat.
how would he not be the repeat?
Because the second person in there could have the same symbol as the first person.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess I just
Yeah.
figured every single time he's had a copy symbol.
No, you guys have gotten lucky with that.
Yeah.
So there's still a chance that my symbol won't be called?
Yeah, there's a
Yes.
chance that,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Assume that you need to call it, but if you hear it before you have to call it,
Don't say
you
it.
can say like skip for the first one so we know that you've identified that you don't have to say yours anymore.
Okay, so
and
if
then
it...
after that, you just focus on Scions.
Alright, so it's based off of the first round, then?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Because one of you has the repeat, and if you have a repeat, we don't need to hear cup twice.
Okay,
Or dog twice to know that it's not cup or dog.
you got it.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okily dokily.
Precision on those Scions, and you guys will be able to do the ramps and stuff better. Then you can have time to look ahead and see what's coming and move. It gets a little squishy with 4 of you in there, so a little bit tight, but move very, very gingerly and don't push anybody over too far because you can push them right off that side. What?
I'm just blind. I was totally missing the yellow bar right in my face.
Oh.
I need a little bit of help.
Well, you don't get any.
Well, why not? Alex?
What pretty teeth you have.
Look at this little project.
Dog.
Cup.
Axes.
Be a repeat.
Okay, hit fun. Everybody else say your symbol. I'll with the repeat.
Done.
Dog.
Dog.
Axes.
Alright, should be your final pull forward, guys. Get all 5 science down. You're really close, so
It's on.
use grenade. Oh, you're not?
Dog.
There's one more.
Oh, someone didn't get my scion. Oh, but it worked.
there's a-
We're good.
Now we are.
All scions down?
Alright,
Yep.
everyone gather around.
Stack up. I'll worry about taking the shield.
2 minutes.
Okay, spray those skulls.
Yeah, I'm getting a bunch on the left side.
Shit, you guys did really well.
Come on,
Grab an
ammo.
orb.
Yeah, I'm out of ammo.
Come
You
back
got
to
every single
throne. Stack up with me. Do not jump up there. One warlock, jump up and put an empowering nest down. Let's go. Get up. All heavy into a space. You guys got 102 skulls. There's no reason you can get into this. Fucking Christ.
Is that a lot?
Did we break it?
Look at his health.
Did we win? Did we win?
You guys just one-faced him. Oh my god.
Alright, what do we got?
What we gotta do?
Shoot him. Shoot him. That's it. Shoot him. Fucking Christ.
That's the way.
So, did we do bad?
One plate in the boss.
Were we not supposed to do that?
No, it's good.
No.
That's really good.
If you seek the means to live to your potential,
All
I
right.
feel about that though.
So, on Prestige, guys, I'll kind of give you an overview of what goes on in each encounter that's different. Starting in Bathhouse, the bathers will drop a pool on the ground. It's like a yellow oil slick. If you stand in the oil slick, it takes your sign of protection faster than the water. So you definitely don't want to stand in that pool, and you want to kill them before they even come up. Come on down this way to get your final chest. For dogs, there's 2 extra dogs, so there's 4 dogs on each side. What it turns into being is usually people will have what's called a community dog. We usually 2-phase our dogs, so we'll get like a stack of 3 or a stack of 2 even, and then we'll damage the L1, R1 dogs according to whatever side you're on. We don't kill them, but if everybody like throws a grenade, it gets that dog low enough that it's really close to dead. Then you go back to safe room. Once you go back to safe room, you get another couple stacks. Then you guys would go kill your own dogs, and then converge up to L1, R1 to kill those extra dogs for the team.
Okay.
For Gauntlet, every single person has to run. You can only run once. So the way that we do it is if you run the first time, you go to what we call the partner plate, which would be axes or sun, and you shoot bottoms. The next round, you would go to dog or cup and shoot tops. And you do the rotation between running, partner plate, running plate. So you would rotate each time. So it's a little bit difficult because you got to remember if you're shooting tops or bottoms based on what plate you're on. But the other thing that goes on is each person that shoots, after you shoot a triangle, you have a scion to get. The person where the runner is at their plate, you have a scion on the ground just like you did this time. So you get off your plate, you punch it. Your partner, however, has a projection, which is what you guys just saw in Void. Now that projection spawns anywhere at your partner's plate, so you just stay on your plate and you take that pulsar scout, 2 headshots, kill them, reload, turn to your plate. When you shoot your plate, you get down, get the ground scion. Your partner gets the projection. It's not too much more difficult, just a little coordination, and it's really easy. For this fight, it's probably the worst encounter. So you have 4 people that are responsible for Void.
Moss.
You start with 3 people in Void, and 1 person from Void in Throne. Now when the people in Void do their callouts, the person that's in Throne that's going back to Void is listening to see which one needs to be meleeed. But you can't melee it until the Void room calls clear. They want all those scions down before you punch, and as soon as you do that punch, somebody from Void is teleported back to Throne room, and the person that punched the scion is teleported into Void. Now if your 3 berries are up and you do the punch, the person coming into Void is sliding into the ramp or to the barrier from the beginning. You still have to call your symbol, you still have to help with scions, you still have to avoid the ramps and the lips and stuff as you get to the barrier. Now the other thing is the middle is the most open path, least amount of ramps and stuff. So if the middle person is not teleported, they would move to the left or to the right to take the place of whoever was. So you don't stay left all the way through. You go all back and forth, and it's RNG. Because whoever does that first punch will come into Throne, or into Void rather, but you don't know who in Void will go to Throne. So it's a lot of coordination between the team. But that would be Prestige. I do recommend learning Void like the back of your hand before you go attempt Prestige, if you plan on doing that. If you just want the Catalyst, go do Castellum each week on all 3 characters, get the extra legendary shards, and call it a day. You could go do Castellum 150 times on 1 character, still have a chance of the Catalyst to drop, but who wants to do Castellum 150 times?
Nice
But
try.
that is the raid.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That was awesome.
Yay!
My first raid on D2. You broke my cherry.
Ooh.
You were very
Big
gentle, though.
kitty.
Thank you.
We try to be.
Awesome. Alright.
Definitely try to be. Yeah, if you
Alright.
guys want to run another one at another point,
Oh, we'll definitely
Yeah,
hit you
I'll
up.
send you a message.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
let me know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have a good rest of your night.
See you guys.
Too.
Alright, Moss. See you, dude.
Well,
That was honestly probably one of the best raid experiences I've ever had. Yeah.